Hello, Brooklyn Collaborative students, staff, families, and friends. To the incomparable class of 2020, who would have imagined that your senior year would conclude this way? Most of you were gearing up for your senior activities, and in a moment, we went from working in our classrooms, moving through the hallways, meeting with your college counselor, to remote learning, Zooms, Google Meetups, and let's say sleep patterns that were a bit out of whack. But we're here today because you've all made it to this celebratory moment. Congratulations as we honor and bear witness to this wonderfully talented, unique group and to their collective accomplishments. A truly incomparable class. We are so very proud of each and every one of you. This promotion ceremony is a special moment for BCS, a different type of ceremony to cap off a different type of school year during challenging times with COVID-19 pandemic, closing of schools, stay-at-home orders. While this happened, we witnessed for 8 minutes and 46 seconds a knee and neck image that will forever be etched in our minds. In solidarity, we participated in even organized protests. Everything happened so quickly and stretched you to live in the space between what we know and that which evades certainty. Despite these challenges, you remained hopeful. Your class will forever be remembered. You are our incomparable class. You're incomparable because you have cared deeply, laughed heartily, cherished friendships, learned from your mistakes, persisted through remote learning, cried when you thought no one was looking, redefined and reconnected with family, raised your voice to be seen and heard, embraced life with humor and with wit, demonstrated open-mindedness and flexibility when facing the unknown, learned the value of responsibility, taught us that normal school hours are not the norm, championed individuality and unity, mourned the loss of senior activities, senior trip, your prom, and a traditional graduation ceremony, modeled for us all what resilience looks like because no one asked for this, and certainly not you. As you cross the threshold of your high school years and look ahead to future endeavors, I share with you a quote from United States Senator Cory Booker. He states, "Real courage is holding on to a still voice in your head that says, I must keep going. It's that voice that says nothing is a failure if it is not final. That voice that says to you, get out of bed. Keep going. I will not quit. I know that sometimes life changes your course and it may trick you to want to quit, but persevere. Be open-minded and bring an open heart to that which is new or different. Be courageous and say no to it and keep going. Remember what you are called to do. And that calling is to know who you are and to increase your knowledge. Remember to own your voice, own your decisions, own your place on the right side of history. Be unapologetically you because everyone else is taken. My hope is that you will give back to your community. Persist. The road may not be easy. Give yourself grace. I want to congratulate you for achieving this milestone in your academic journey. Yes, the way we gathered here today looks different, but the power of this ceremony today and your accomplishments are no less diminished. Now it's time for you, students, to recognize and thank those really important people in your life. Whether you're seated in your living room, family room, kitchen, I want you to look around. Look at the people who are seated next to you. Your parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends. They are your biggest cheerleaders. They believe that you can accomplish anything. They see in you a promise and a responsibility that the world will be better because of you and what you will do as you grow up. Embrace your village with hugs. Thank you, PTA, for your continued support, your leadership, and your solid partnership to support students. We appreciate all you do and have done to make this moment a special one for the class of 2020. And lastly, let's thank your teachers. They gave of themselves and never gave up on you as students. Thank them for their humanity, their creativity, and their intellect that show through each lesson, case study, expedition, each high five, fist pound to encourage, each supportive Google Meetup. Class of 2020, remember that we're all in this together. Pay it forward. You are not our future. You are our now. Be incomparable. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Hello, fellow classmates and families. After 4 years, we finally reached the moment so many of us have waited for. It's here. Nobody could have predicted these current events that have us sitting virtually rather than physically in the presence of each other, but I'm proud of all of us for still coming together. Graduation marks the end of a chapter in our lives. Being at BCS has been a one-of-a-kind experience that is in part due to the people we've met. From students to teachers to staff members, we have made some incredible bonds. Specifically, our crew teachers who have helped us through it all. Being in Abby's crew has been a source of comfort during high school. We would often have venting circles that helped my crew and I have a safe space and a brave space to be heard and listened to. I'll always remember crew Thanksgivings and the camping trip that helped us to find solidarity within each other. I also want to thank all the staff members that provided spaces at lunch to help us build ourselves and grow by challenging us through conversations with new ideas and perspectives. I will always treasure these teachers and the space they provided for this to happen. Everyone here should be proud of all the hard work they've done. I know it wasn't easy, but the community at BCS has always pushed us to do our best. We have always been able to support each other and collaborate to make high-quality projects. We were able to make websites, movie trailers, poetry, and more that we could captivate our learning with. My favorite part was creating posters and marching for equal rights in Manhattan. I love doing social justice work and making changes in my community. I always appreciated how BCS encouraged its students to fight for the change we wanted to see. We've been prepared to take our learning to the next level because of the high expectations and rigorous standards. When I look back on all the hard work I've accomplished, I can say with certainty that I am prepared to take on college academia with confidence. I remember these moments of frustration and complaining to my mom about feeling overwhelmed, and she would say, "You've got this," or "You can do it." Sometimes I wanted to throw in the towel, but the support I've gotten from my friends has allowed me to persist through it and to find out more about the strength I didn't even know I had. Now we're taking the next steps and using what we've learned to enter this next journey in our lives. And as you do, I ask you to remember who is, was, and will be your support. They will be the ones celebrating your achievements with you, but also lifting and reminding you that you can persist when you may think otherwise. These past 4 years have been filled with moments like having red carpet events for creative projects to having our persistence tested with MP bats. But the fact that we're all gathered here today to celebrate deserves a round of applause. My challenge to all of you and myself is to live up to your potential. Meet every challenge head on. Understand that there will be times when it may seem hard. We've prepared to strive for excellence in every task from our school families and our own families. Our individual successes will definitely add to this world. The way I see it, each success puts us in a position to give. What you are able to give is a personal choice, but nonetheless, it's an important choice. We have the power to inspire the world at large and make a difference. Use your power, your potential, and most of all, use your voice. Always advocate for yourself. BCS has taught us that. I wish you all nothing but the best in this next journey. No matter what your current path is or what path awaits you, I'm certain your family is proud of each and every one of you. We've come a long way since freshman year, and this is just the beginning.
Alas, we have made it to graduation. This journey at BCS has been a long one, whether it was 4 years for those of you who came as freshmen, 7 for those of you here since middle school, or 14 like me for those of you who've been around since pre-K. Our journeys have led us to this point. To echo what Rebecca said, it might not be how we pictured it to be, but I want to highlight that this is our moment. Looking back on the last 4 years, to some it may have felt like a long time, and to others it may have felt like it happened in the blink of an eye. However way you view, tonight we celebrate all that we have accomplished. From Spirit Week to Crew Olympics, camping, and the crew meetings, the BCS collaborative culture has truly helped to cultivate a strongly bonded community and family. Without the support of my peers, teachers, friends, and family, I wouldn't have accomplished all that I have. From the smiles to the tears and everything in between, we helped each other blossom into the young adults we are today. Directly and indirectly, we all helped each other learn and grow because deep down we knew we didn't have to fight our battles alone. I know many of my peers who worked, took care of their siblings, and made a ton of other sacrifices while striving towards completing their education, and I commend you for your persistence. We're definitely not the same tiny and confused freshman youngins we were on our first day of high school. Instead, before me, I see bright, eager, and enthusiastic seniors. The memories we created at BCS are ours, and I will always take pride as I reflect back on our class and the time we spent together. I hope you know that this isn't the end. It is just the beginning of a very beautiful future. So raise your heads high and walk forward with confidence. You have persevered through so much. I believe we have just scratched the surface of the power and impact we hold as a community. We are truly a force to be reckoned with. Whether or not the world is ready for us, I know each and every one of you will make your mark. The world needs you now, so show everyone what you got. Congratulations, class of 2020.
To think that back in September, when graduation was a trending topic, we were all excited with joy to know that we would be able to see each other cross that stage. Whether it was the star students or the students who doubted themselves, we undoubtedly pushed each other to the finish line because we knew that deep down in our hearts, the graduating class of 2020 would not be the same if we couldn't graduate with those who we embarked on this journey with. Sadly, this memory will never be the same as we hoped it would be, but as time passes, I have reflected what my crew really means to me, and here's what I've learned. Throughout our freshman year, we had to be courageous enough to kick off our year without Abby. As hard as it was for us, we now know that it was harder for her not being there to support us. As we began our long and tough journey as students and as a crew. None of us knew what the next 3 years would hold, but we were willing to go through it together, even if we are the most dysfunctional crew of the 12th grade. I learned to love my crew and accept them for who they came as walking into high school. My crew members have learned to be responsible for their actions and open-minded when it came to our circles about life, or even when we were venting about our struggles and frustrations. Over the last 4 years, I am so proud to say that all my crew members have grown in such miraculous ways and are becoming the young adults that need to make a change in this world. One of the most memorable activities will be cruise giving from over the years. Senior year was the best yet, and hopefully not the last one, no matter how far the wind may blow us from each other. I know every one of my crew members are going to do something amazing with their life, no matter how much they struggle with themselves or with the world. Graduates, please remember these next few words carefully. Life is full of surprises and disappointments, but as long as you roll with the punches, you are never going to feel rock bottom. Sometimes we focus and get so fixated on a certain goal that we forget life takes its own course, and when things don't work out for us as we want them to, it's because something better is in store. We just have to work harder, and we just have to work harder towards that goal, which every single one of us are. Thank you, Abby, for supporting my dreams and aspirations as they come and change constantly. Thank you to my parents as well for supporting me no matter how much I struggled. If you are our first and only generation just like me, it's okay to feel frightened. But remember, you can do this. You made it this far, and you can keep going, no matter how hard life or the world pushes against us. As my crewmate Elijah mentioned before, we are currently living in a times of racial turmoil. So many people are going to look at us and expect us to not even finish college because of the profession that some of us are placing ourselves in. Do not let their words of insecurity or negativity stop you from amounting your dream career, because we are next in line to make this change possible. We won't wait any longer. Thank you to the graduating class of 2020 for persisting no matter how hard it got. This journey has been bittersweet and long, but here's to the next big chapter of our lives, but more importantly, to tomorrow's future change makers. Thank you.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. We have arrived here in the middle of a global pandemic, a racial crisis, and worldwide expression of outrage at the senseless killing of yet another unarmed Black human being. And you still made it. Brooklyn Collaborative is so proud of you. These raw emotions that we are feeling now, that we feel brave enough to voice, can in part be a result of CREW. CREW has taught us to use our collective voice in letting the world know that Black lives matter. We see that our collective hearts, when put to positive action, can start the wheels of change. Real change for me began in CREW. This new generation of high school graduates have now a safe haven to look back on and still have to this day, as people who we can communicate openly with. CREW has taught me the value of education, how to be authentic in my actions and how to celebrate individuality, and the importance of investing in myself. Graduates, please remember to take a little bit of time to thank your family and CREW leaders. I would like to thank my CREW leader, Abby, who has been such a big support system for me, for being one of the first in my family to achieve things they couldn't imagine for themselves. Now, some of you might be the first in your family to graduate from high school. Maybe you did not go down the path that was expected for you. I didn't. You probably questioned everything about your decision, but know that stepping out is the best thing you can do for yourself. I know how hard it is to step out. There was a pivotal turning point in my life in generating my own business. I had to trust that I was ready. I'm happy that I had an amazing CREW and mentors that provided me with tools I need to be successful. It was scary, but in the time I remember my CREW having a deep conversation on what our plans were in life 5 years from now. We were all giving feedback from each other on what we can do to reach those goals. Those CREW moments will always be valuable to me because it meant ownership. Owning my heart and writing my own story. Not enough minorities have a seat at the table. I had to go chop down the wood myself and build my own table. In order to influence and bring along others just like me a seat at the table. To the young women, future leaders watching, know that you are going to make the world turn. You're everything that the world needs. Make those power moves. The young kings, lead in your vulnerability and redefine masculinity. Lead with heart to be brilliant. I believe that you all have a masterful gift. Don't let the world make you feel you have to look a certain way to be brilliant. And you don't have to speak a certain way to be brilliant. But you do have to spread your gift in a way that is authentically you. As Beyonce once said, if you're part of a group that's called Other, a group that does not get the chance to be center stage, build your own stage and make them see you. Your queerness is beautiful. Your Blackness is beautiful. Your compassion, your understanding, your fight for people who may be different from you is beautiful. And congratulations, we did it.
Teachers, parents, families, and friends, I would like to start by saying congratulations to all my classmates. Each of us have our own journey to get to where we are today. I'm so happy to say that we all made it. All of this would not have been possible without our CREWs. CREW plays a very important part in our lives. These past 4 years, we have grown to be there for each other. We know that our CREW leaders are there for us, and we could go to them at any time and they will listen or even push us to get things done. I know my CREW leader did. Melissa pushes every single day, and at times we took it in the bad way. I know I did multiple times. But I also know that it is because of everything she did, everything she told me, and everything she pushed me to do is the main reason why I did not give up. Throughout high school, there's this special one moment in our CREW that I will never, ever forget. It was during our 9th grade camping trip. Everything from cooking together and everyone taking turns to building our own tents to sleeping was very fun. But there was this one particular night, our last night of camping. We had an amazing pin ceremony where we took, or not, our hour-bound pin to symbolize that we got what it takes to sail in a crew. In this activity, we were blindfolded, and we had to do a solo exercise we took a long time. Jay wouldn't even sit still, and we were all whispering to each other, which we couldn't. Each of us opened up, which was really great. After the ceremony, we ate hot dogs and we had s'mores for dessert. We had a few glow sticks our camp leader Johnny gave us. He started cutting them open and we poured them in on our clothes. The lights went off, the woods were dark, and everyone was glowing, and we danced to the music. Everyone had a smile on their face, giggled and danced until it was time to go to our cabins. There, we knew that we were a crew. Crew is not just a 30-minute class. It's an extra support that we get and need even more so when it gets to senior year. But you know something? Even when we don't always get along with each other, it's totally fine too. It's our crew, our family, and it will always be special. We are a crew as we experience ups and downs. I am gladly and proudly to say that our crew stood as one. Even though we had many disagreements, we tried to put them aside when it came to holidays and special events, including food crew events. Including food crew events, more like Cruisegiving or Thanksgiving. Even though our senior year was cut short, this is a very special and unique event that I can't wait to celebrate with you, my crew. Congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us on this wonderful day. My name is Ralph Benitez, and I was in Melissa's crew. I'd like to share with you some of my experience in crew and how it played a big part in getting here. Our experience in crew at BCS are definitely ones to cherish and remember for a lifetime. Crew is a very special place where we would come together and talk about anything, especially our future goals. And let's not forget how we discuss our feelings throughout the week. We have a no judgment policy in our circles. Our full crew leaders, Melissa and Jill, were very encouraging, and they believe we have potential to pursue whatever we set our minds to. Being in crew helped everyone's personal growth, mine in particular. I can happily say we learned how to be more responsible and persistent, which are two big BCS core values. One memorable moment I won't forget was our 9th grade camping trip, especially walking up that big mountain. The walk up there was really tiring and frustrating. It was so hot and we had to carry our big camping bags, which didn't help at all. Once we got to the top, which took some time, we saw this beautiful view. We took a moment to just admire it. This journey was a reflection of our time in high school, starting from freshman year to now. Our journey was tough and hard at times, but it was all worth it, like the view we saw at the top of the mountain. I'm glad to be graduating with the people in my crew who made the whole experience worthwhile, and I'm sure Melissa and Jill are very proud. I want to thank everyone again for joining us, and congratulations to the class of 2020 for accomplishing so much these past 4 years. This is just the beginning. We did it.
What's up, y'all? Chase here. Being in Megan's crew was, man, I'm not even sure how to describe it. Since I transferred in sophomore year from a completely different school, Megan and Beth's crew was probably exactly what I needed. It felt like we had complete freedom to do whatever, and it felt great, so we did a ton of circles. Some were super emotional, some were hilarious, some were, sorry Megan, a little unbearable. But what made those circles so important was that it made us feel like we had a voice. Megan understood that sometimes adults just need to be quiet and listen to younger people, so we had the space to speak and she would just sit and listen. Sometimes people take safe spaces for granted, but we didn't. Being able to rant, vent, be upset in crew was extremely relieving, more than you can imagine. If someone was having a rough day, we would all hear about it. No shame, no judgment, just open ears. It's something that made us all so close. Megan always wanted to do something special for every holiday. We made little goodie bags for the elementary school kids. We made decorations, planned events, did something special for every holiday, including every single birthday. Being festive was always something to look forward to. And our crew really enjoyed our independence. We enjoyed almost every trip we went on, whether it was to go clean up Prospect Park, we did clean though, and then play baseball after, or seeing Marvel movies, or even interacting with the community building space of University. I felt valued, heard, and seen in crew. I would like to thank my crew members for being a part of that. And I definitely can't leave out my other crew split, Best Crew. Thank you for the lovely cruise givings, full crew days, and IKEA trips. So much food. We all have so much power inside of us, and I can't wait to see what we all achieve. Now, a lot of you may be freaking about this being the end of many things. While you're right about it being the end of high school, maybe even a program you've been in, or where you live, it doesn't have to be the end of your relationships. A director of mine once said, your relationships end when you want them to. And it isn't goodbye until you say it is, which can be next week, next year, in 10 years, or never. If someone means something to you now, you're not forced to say goodbye or end your relationship. But in order to keep up the relationship, there must be equal effort being put in. As long as you do your part, say it's reaching out, calling them, it's also on them to answer. Pick up your call. Relationships are 50-50, and as long as it stays that way, it should be healthy. So, this doesn't have to be goodbye. Now, even though my director said this years ago, I remembered what she said because it applies to every relationship that you have. It could be your friends, your best friends, siblings, teachers, significant others. If you feel like your friends feel like this, or your crews have been special in this way, then this applies to you. It's not the end of your relationships with them. All you have to do is stay in touch, put in the equal effort, and it will continue. Thank you to students, teachers, and staff for welcoming me into this lovely community, something I've never seen before. And lastly, seniors, we did that, y'all. And I hope everyone, and I don't just mean the people in my crew, choose to do good. Do good for others, do good for you, do good for the world. We drive change. So be on the right side of history, because it's ours now. Chase, out.
Hello, people who should be social distancing but probably aren't and are clumped together on a small couch. My name is Brandon Aguilar, and I'm here to talk about the journey of Megan's crew. My crew starts off the same as well as other crews, awkward teens trying to fit into high school while also trying to be too cool to socialize. Freshman year was sort of a bad first impression of what crew was supposed to be. The crew didn't connect at all in the beginning. It was very hard trying to communicate with the majority of my crew during simple crew activities like a simple talking circle. You can obviously see a disconnect. Then came along the camping trip, where all the crews were isolated with each other without a phone for about a week. It helped, but not as much as I would hope. It brought us together, but we still needed that one thing to truly tie the knot, to become the family we were looking for. Fast forward to the summer of freshman year, and we were told in an email that our previous crew leader was going to not be with us and that he found another job. Then on the first day of sophomore year, in came a small determined Hispanic woman, and her name was Megan. You can tell she was eager to join us, and her main goal was clear: to get us all to function not as just a crew, but as a family. Megan and the new students who came in that second year added a sort of missing puzzle piece to this mess of a crew. In many circles throughout the years following, there were laughs, cries, arguments. She added more in-depth circles too. We hated them, but those circles were crucial to getting the crew where it needed to be. I remember in our junior year, Megan organized a trip to a place called Universe City. And it sounded pretty weird, a garage full of a diverse group of up-and-comers in the middle of Brownsville. That doesn't sound like the ideal trip that every kid would want to go to and brag about to their friends. When we got there, the people were so welcoming, giving us a tour of the place, and we sat down with some very smart people who looked just like us, who are passionate about what they do. We even bonded more that day because we put in the effort to make that weird trip into something we'll never forget. At some point, all of these strangers around me in this circle became my brothers and sisters. This family was born right in front of our eyes, and we didn't even know it. Through hard work and persistence, we achieved a goal none of us ever knew we had, or we were working towards. This family isn't like any other family. This is our family. A family that has a very different face wherever you turn, but there's always open arms. I will cherish every minute of it till it's time to make new memories and cherish those as well. Thank you, and congrats to all the graduates. See you whenever our paths meet again.
Hello, families, friends, and graduating class of 2020. Congrats, everyone. We did it. My name is Hasmi Hasham, and I'm here to represent my crew. My crew has been through the most because ever since freshman year, we've had a new crew leader every year. Having a different crew leader every year has given my crew a unique experience compared to other crews. As everything around us changed, we're the only constant. We learned valuable lessons from Allie, June, Angela, and Carmel. Each crew leader with a different personality in which we absorbed as a crew. While we were sad when we heard our crew leader was leaving, we also learned how to embrace change, a skill necessary for life as we know the world is always evolving. The uniqueness of our crew supported our growth as students and crew members as it taught us how to adapt, be welcoming of new ideas and individuals, and how to lead. Our senior year, we connected with Carmel. Our crew this year has gotten so close. We created so many memories and decided to take advantage to make our final year amazing. Going through all this has just made my crew stronger. We learned early on about the power of relationships and growing it into a family. We learned how to lean on each other for support and make the best of every opportunity we spent together. Not to mention that Tiffany was so amazing and great to us because she was always there for us and kept us together throughout the 4 years of high school. So I'm so happy to call these people my crewmates because they become family to me. Again, congrats to us to making it this far even though our year got cut short. I know we'll all do amazing things in the future. Thank you.
Dear Class of 2020, hi family, friends, and Class of 2020. My name is Armando Siga Trujillo, and today I speak to you representing Carmel and Tiffany's crew. Our crew was always known for having a new crew leader every year and the crew with the least amount of students. It all started with Allie, freshman year. The camping trip was by far one of the most memorable moments we shared as a group. Free time was a bit short, but I think everyone was okay with that. It's an inside joke our crew has. Sophomore year, we met June. This year was the year we socialized more. We all remember the mac and cheese she made for Crew's Giving. It wasn't the greatest, and we all got on June about it. Great times with a lot of laughs. Thanks to June, we were all able to throw jokes at one another without anyone feeling offended. We all had tough love for one another and continued to grow as a family. Junior year, we met Angela. Angela was one of the warmest crew leaders we had, and she taught us how to truly care for one another. We opened up more as a crew and spoke about our days during circles. We played games almost every day, and hands down, Angela had the greatest dance moves. Senior year, we met Carmel. Carmel always kept it real with us. We learned from each other and was the final piece of our puzzle. Thank you, Carmel, for your support and guidance this final year. And next shout out to all our crew leaders we had, including Tiffany. Thank you all helped us get here, and I wish the best to everyone in our crew and the class of 2020. Thank you.
Congratulations, fellow 2020 graduates. I am here to represent Jill's crew. Every one of you should be immensely proud of yourselves because the journey to this point has not been easy. It's been a culmination of lots of late nights, lots of anxiety, and maybe lots of tears. No judgment on that. I was fortunate to be part of a crew that understood the importance of supporting one another throughout the entire journey. Sometimes that support looked like sitting with a fellow crew member and giving them feedback on an essay. And sometimes it looked like a circle where we all bonded over how stressed we were, and somehow that was comforting to us. Even in the toughest moments, when our visions were clouded by stress, we offered each other the much needed clarity to persist. Looking back at the beginning of our journey, The camping trip was very influential to the construction of this support group. Having to support each other in physical obstacles in the outdoors translated to us supporting each other in mental obstacles in the school environment. Jill was also very influential to the construction of it because she encouraged collaboration from day one. At first, most of us brushed it off because we weren't mature enough to understand the importance of collaboration and the power that it held. But we soon understood. Jill, we are beyond grateful to have had you as a crew leader, and we all love you so, so very much. To conclude, we are closing a chapter of our lives, but don't fear, we still have so many more ahead of us to conquer. As beloved Barack Obama said, keep exploring, keep dreaming, keep asking why. Don't settle for what you already know. Never stop believing in the power of your ideas, your imagination, your hard work to change the world. Once again, congratulations.
Hi everybody, to start off, I want to say I'm very honored to be here to represent my crew today. This year has been very hectic, but nonetheless, we did it. We're finally moving on to the next chapter of our life. These 4 years, we've continued to strive towards success and complete all our work and assignments. Even though we weren't able to experience the full senior experience, there were still many amazing moments in our high school years. To all my classmates, I want to say that all the all-nighters and early mornings were worth it. They were essential for us to be here today at graduation. I know from experience that trying to finish work early or start it was such a hassle. If you know me, then you know, do today. If not, I don't recommend it. It's not for everybody. Anyway, we all had our different experiences throughout high school, except the beginning. From the very first time we met our crew, it was very awkward and quiet, but quickly became a comforting and welcoming environment. Crew became another family, and it was a place where we quickly became close to one another. There are too many stories to tell that were full of laughs in the crew. Many of us bonded during Christian crew initiatives, cruise giving, Secret Santa, and other festive holidays. The camping trip was one of them. It was one of the most memorable experiences we all spent together interacting with each other. Zero distractions, zero phones, zero computers, no TV, just us. We spent our time in the birdhouses relaxing as brothers and sisters. It was one of the best times we spent. Of course, there was moments where we complained with one another, but we quickly overcame that and enjoyed the time we spent. Jill was always there for us when we needed her, so for that I thank her on behalf of all of us. She was much more than just a crew teacher. She was just like a mother, and I'm sure that all of us feel the same way towards our own crew teacher. So let's continue to make them proud and succeed. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Class of 2020. What a year. Congratulations, everyone. We've seen a lot of change in the world these past 4 years, and I'm proud to say that we've been a big part of that change, and I think we will continue to do so as we move forward. Crew 506 has been a home for many in the past, but these 4 years it's been my home and home for my crew. Like most homes, there were pretty rough days where I felt like I couldn't go on, like it was impossible, but my crew was there to remind me of who I was and to keep pushing me forward. Things like grilled cheese day, cruise giving, crew camping, our time capsule showed me how kind and outspoken and crazy we all are, but how wonderful it feels to come together with people. Looking back, I see how scared we were to be ourselves. The world told us no, again and again and again. And I'm sure it will continue to tell us no. It knocked us down time and time again. But here we are, ready to get back up. What, like it's hard? Being in crew was the pinnacle of being a good person to me. It made me feel like I was at home, like I could be whoever I wanted and I could change the world that way. The most important lesson I've learned here is that people are who they are fully, with all of their faults and mistakes, their successes and achievements. They become beautifully changed and forever scarred by the world.
Crew 506, I hope you're proud of yourself. Proud to say what needs to get said, do what needs to get done, because I'm proud of you. Our freshman year, we read a storybook called Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. We laughed about how childish it was, and we claimed that we were already too old for that kid stuff. But it was a very good book, so I'll leave you with a quote. You'll move mountains, kid. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. You've got brains in your head, you've got feet in your shoes. You steer yourself in any direction you choose. Good friends never say goodbye for long, so I'll see you soon. Congratulations, class of 2020.
What's up, y'all? Mello here, and y'all know if I was on the stage right now, I'd be like, if you graduate and say yeah. I said if you graduate and say yeah, but we get to graduate a little differently. We get a story to tell. We get to say we're a part of history. Psst, boss. We get to be the adults that our grandkids will come to when they need to ask somebody on what happened in 2020. That's how I've been looking at everything lately. If you know me, I always try to look at the positive and spread good energy because negative energy does not make anything easier. Along with positive energy, what else made high school a little bit easier is crew. Crew is like a second family. Crew is where you go to be able to relax and take a break after with all the chaos going on in the school. Granted, not every day is easy. Sometimes the chaos didn't stop when you walk through those 506 doors. But we all grew a lot in our years together. Even my crew leader, Beth. I can give you stories on top of stories. But to keep it short, there were times I needed to take a break from crew for a few minutes. Sometimes a few minutes would be half the crew. Sometimes half the crew would go to the whole crew period. And then there were even times when the whole period would be the whole period for that whole week or two. I love my crew leader for it though. She taught me so much and is so forgiving and never gave up on any of us. Your crew leader is there to hear and understand your side and make sure you are heard between other teachers. Your crew peers are there to uplift you and to grow and listen with you as you guys progress throughout high school. My crew has definitely grown throughout the years. From butting heads and arguing all the time to being able to come together and be there for each other shows a spectacular transformation in my eyes. I remember in our freshman year, we had our camping trip closer to the end of the school year. And there were still some people that I had never spoken to or I just wasn't close with. The camping trip made it so you needed to communicate with everybody you were with to be comfortable. If you didn't speak to somebody or decided to be rude to them, you were making your life harder because 9 times out of 10, they had something that you could use while on the trip to make the circumstances easier. That is what crew's about. Coming together with the people around you to make life a little bit easier. We talked about current events, what's bothering us, how we feel about them, what's going on in our personal lives, and sometimes we would just vent. We played games, sometimes took chill days because once you stepped out that room, the world would be spinning, going at 90 miles per hour. Crew is a cure for a lot of stress and possibly depression. And with this being said, I want to remind people the importance of a crew throughout life. If the pandemic did not teach you already, it's important to stay in touch and reach out to people so you can always have a crew. Whether it's in or out of school, everybody needs somebody at some point. But without getting too off topic, I want my class of 2020 peers to know you made it and you finished high school. There may have been times where you felt like giving up, but you persisted and pursued and reached the bittersweet finish line. Throughout high school, we've all had our personal experiences that shaped us into the person we are today. No matter the circumstances or how the situation went down, understand that we chose how that event would impact us and shift us. The goal now is to continue to roll the punches and only let the punches help you get better at whatever it is we are trying to handle. Class of 2020, I love you all, and I wish you not a great life, but a monumental one. We are the year of change. We are the year of resilience. We are the goats with the hearts of wolves. Yeah.
Congratulations, class of 2020. 2020 has proven to be a year that we will never forget. As we look around our nation, we see that a revolution is happening. And whether you show up as a spectator, an activist, ally, or learner, this year of 2020 has proven to be unforgettable. Unforgettable is the underpinning of the class of 2020 and this year alone. And so this word, unforgettable in itself, it's so befitting that it would describe the class of 2020. My most memorable moments of class of 2020 was when they were middle school on the subject of capital punishment. And they were breathtaking, to say the least. They were critical thinkers. A meeting of the minds took place, and we all bore witness to that fruit. And it was just amazing to watch. And so we were very eager for them to come upstairs to the high school portion of BCS. But their senior year was also very important. Their senior year marked the presidency of a historical presidency. And a new regime would take place. And it would give our great debaters something else to debate about. And through their 4 years, they debated. I watched them take part of Socratic seminars and just watched them grow, watched the thinking grow. And so, just with honor and I would say pride in saying I can say that I was part of your educational process. And so I say to you, class of 2020, go forth boldly, eagerly, you great debaters, activists, change makers, way makers, protesters, activists, great thinkers, revolutionaries. You are a part of us, and we will remember you always. Congratulations, and may all the best happen to you and only you.
Makes me want to move. It makes me want to have fun. But it's something about this joint right here. This joint right here, it makes me want to let it go. Can't let this thing called love get away from you. Feel free right now, go do what you want to do. Can't let nobody take it away from you, from me, from we. No time for moping around, are you kidding? And no time for negative vibes, cause I'm winning. It's been a long week, I put in my hardest. Gonna live my life, feels so good to get it right. So I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. Don't stress through the night at a time, and my life ain't worried about if you feel it. Got my head on straight, I got my vibe right, I ain't gonna let you kill it. See, I wouldn't change my life, just bye, 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 ooh, bye, 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 ooh, just bye, 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 ooh. See, I wouldn't change my life, just feels so good when you're doing all the things that you wanna do. Get the best out of life, treat yourself to something new. Keep your head up high in yourself, believe in you, believe in. Having a really good time, I'm not complaining. And I'ma still wear a smile if it's raining. I gotta enjoy myself regardless. I appreciate life, I'm so glad that it's mine. So I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. Ain't worried about you and what you're gonna do, I'm a lady, so I must stay classy. Gotta keep it high, keep it together if I want to get better. See, I wouldn't change my life, just bye, 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 ooh, bye, 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 bye. See, I wouldn't change my life, I ain't gonna let nothing get in my way. No
cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today, toast to the ones that we lost on the way, cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name, cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday, yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got, cheers to the wish you were here but you're not, cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today, toast to the ones that we lost on the way, cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again, when I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
So this is what you meant when you said that you would spend, and now it's time to build from the bottom of the pit right to the top. Don't hold back. Packing my bags and giving the academy a rain check. I don't ever wanna let you down. I don't ever wanna leave this town. 'Cause after all, the city never sleeps at night. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger than that. I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand that I'm never changing who I am? So this is where you fell, and I am left to sell the path to heaven runs through miles of clouded hell right to the top. Don't look back. Turn into rags and give in the
Hi, class of 2020, and a special hello to my Goonies of 502. When we first started this journey back in 2016, we knew very little about one another and our capabilities. We were placed together randomly, and in a matter of a few months, we began to realize the emotional roller coaster that we would be experiencing with one another. From personal matters to the camping trip to pushing past so many of our comfort zones, to year after year of added social and academic pressures, to what would eventually lead us to this year, a year of unknowns. But here's the thing about unknowns. They are situations or circumstances that influence our results. In science, we value and appreciate them, not because they defer us from what we thought the truth was, but because they show us that there's still so much more to learn. And just like that, we think we have an understanding. But an unknown becomes a known, and a whole perspective changes. So as you all move on to the next chapter of your lives, and you remember all the millipedes from camping, hiking past the point of what you thought your all was, to course obstacles, the cruise circles, the hugs, the tears, the arguments, and the pure joys found in the simplicity of a shared meal and a deck of Uno cards. Remember that it is the imperfections, the unknowns, the open-mindedness to absorb information that has gotten you to this point. The strength and ability to push past any limitations and your growing pains was yours all along. Crew was just a support. Or as one of my Goonies likes to say, a home away from home. We love you, class of 2020. I love you, my Goonies. I wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Hi, Crew 506. I've been thinking a lot about what I wanted to say to you on your graduation day, which is not like we imagined it to be. And I was thinking about what I love about being a crew leader and also who I am as a person. And I looked out my window and I saw a tree, and I knew that that is what I wanted to talk about. So imagine, if you will, our crew as a tree. Okay, we're all collectively rooted in the core values of BCS, of being kind and responsible and persistent and open-minded and courageous and collaborative. Over the years, we grew tall and strong together when we were hiking under the Catskill sky, sleeping out under the stars, sharing work equitably, knowing that a job isn't done until it's completely done, circling together around a campfire, checking in on our goals, and Chow Circle, where we celebrated peace over power. Our crew branched out when we tried new things together, when we learned about our Pakistani neighbors, when we had circles where we shared the most fragile parts of ourselves, when we played ping pong and Tenzi and Uno and Honey, Will You Love Me? We built branches when making the world a better place, by caring for street trees, cleaning up neighborhoods, or just by taking care of each other. We built branches when we visited places together, like the aquarium or Cornell or Flying Tiger or IKEA. We built branches when we explored colleges and majors and what the world beyond BCS is going to look like. And we built branches when we broke bread together for cruise giving or ramen day or grilled cheese day. We welcomed friends along the way, and we said goodbye to some friends moving to different paths. We built a fort, and we also built bonds stronger than classmates, but as family. Now it's time for our beloved Crew tree to release its acorns, to release you who have been nurtured by the tree of Crew, rooted in the soil of BCS core values. And you are full of power and potential, just like the acorn. Remember, mighty oaks from little acorns grow. And now I'm happy to introduce the graduates of Crew 506.
Congratulations, class 2020. It's been an enduring year, and here we are. You made it. We made it, right? So, you guys are a resilient group. You went from Allie to June to Angela to me. I will always remember cruise giving. I will remember making s'mores over the burner during holidays. I remember picture day. I remember our circles and also our heated debates. Those were really heated. And I will also appreciate and remember how you guys have adapted to Crew, to me, to your other Crew leaders. I have no doubt in this time that you will also be able to endure anything else that comes in your way. So, with that being said, class 2020, I wish you all nothing but the best. And to my Crew, I wish you so much success. And one thing I want to leave with you is to know that in life, to be successful does not mean that you have to be famous. You can affect change, make a difference, be successful, and not be known. For there are so many unsung heroes that we talk about and that we don't even know about. So do understand that to be a person who is willing to put yourself out there, to stand in your truth, to make a difference, is success in of itself.
Hello, class of 2020, and congratulations. Over the past 4 years, change has been a dominant theme in our lives. Obstacles have arisen left, right, and center, and you have overcome them all. Despite the challenges, you have supported each other by sharing your vulnerabilities and listening to each other in circles. Our relationships grew during our beach cleanups, birthday celebrations, and our common goal to stop a certain someone from singing the national anthem at top volume. You have always been open-minded, even when eating at questionable restaurants. Through it all, we have seen familiar faces leave and new faces join our crew. And always, you were there to support each other. So here we are, together and apart, and you made it through. You have infinite strength, the courage and persistence to build upon and follow your dreams, even in the nightmare we find ourselves in now. You are beacons of hope for our community, and the world is better for having you in it. And now I am proud to introduce the graduates from my crew.
The graduating class of 2020 will go down as one of the most important and special graduating classes in our recent history. There's just no other class like this who's gone through a pandemic. Before the pandemic even hit and flipped our lives upside down, I was reminiscing about all the memories I had with my crew, and they will forever be in my heart. I remember when I transitioned upstairs to the high school, I had no idea what to expect of a high school crew. But when I got into the classroom, it was really nice seeing some familiar faces of kids who I taught in middle school. But it was also really interesting to see how these other students had intermingled and created this new community upstairs. Over the years, my crew and I have grown together, grown as individuals, but also as a family. Through the circles that we've had about sadness, laughter, anxiety, care, dreams, and goals, to the walking tours where we've explored our own city, to the community spaces where we started to get involved in and start to see ourselves in these spaces beyond our school walls. And to the celebrations, no, it wasn't just about the food, but it was about the partnering and the gathering, and we all shared part in that. But I think the most important thing about our crew is that you guys taught me what loyalty and friendship really means. The genuine concern you each have for one another is unlike I've ever seen anywhere else. You guys really want to push and grow with one another and individually, and I hope you never forget that. Care and kindness are contagious. Spread that around you for life like wildfire. You have all persevered through emotional roller coasters, academics, and a pandemic, all at the same time. And even still, your hearts are golden. Through the sadness, depression, separation, and frustration, we stay positive. We've made it. I am so excited for you guys. In the quote that Gandhi goes, he says, "You must be the change you wish to see in this world." And that's the truth. Be the best person you can be. And in my own quote, I like to say, in the race for greatness, there is no finish line. We are constant works in progress. And I hope we continue working together and staying in touch and being the best people we can be. I wish that you all in the class of 2020, nothing but the best in life and in success. And please never, ever, ever let people get in your way or distract you. You guys are the future. Congratulations, class of 2020. And now I'd like to present my graduating seniors of 2020.
Hola, ¿qué tal, clase del 2020? Bienvenidos. People have always said that every circle must come to an end. I disagree. I believe that circles are the reflection of eternity. There is no beginning and no end. To me, circles are a symbol of infinity, just like my love to my crew. Exploring the world around us with our crew in those expeditions, those infinite walks, and those endless train rides. Initiatives that you never wanted to come to an end, like Guess Who cards, Twister, or our famous Say It with an emoji. And those endless rolling of the eyes every time I said, full crew. And you asked why, and then I replied, because I say so. Those endless talks, how no matter what, we are crew and we are family. So you might think this circle has come to an end, but actually it's just warming up your engines for your next trip, for your next turn, for your next drive. So I'll see you around. And remember that our crew values will stay with us for an eternity, just like every single one of you. And every single one of your smiles will stay engraved in my heart forever. You have what it takes, you are what it takes, and you will forever have that. And don't let anyone take that away from you. Gracias a todo el apoyo de vuestros padres, familiares y amigos. Sin la ayuda de ellos, esto no hubiese sido posible. Solo queda deciros que sí se puede, de aquí al infinito y más allá. And now I am proud to announce the graduates from my crew. Gracias.
Congratulations, graduates. We are so very proud of you. What a historic senior year you've had, one that is unprecedented in our times. When you started this year in September, none of us could have imagined where we are now in June. You have courageously persisted through a global pandemic and the transition to remote learning. No one asked for this, and I hope you felt deeply supported and loved through these past months by the community at BCS. I know so many of you said that the thing that will stay with you beyond BCS are our core values. That warms my heart because the core values are the compass that we've offered you. There is one core value that resonates for me more than the others. In your time at BCS, you must have heard it said a million times. It's so important that it is integrated into our grading policy in the form of habits of scholarship. You are assessed on it in every single class, dozens of times a year. And that core value is responsibility. I am responsible. I am responsible for my own success as well as the success of my community. Responsibility for learning, responsibility to community, responsibility for you, and responsibility we expect from you. BCS has graduated on average 90% of each cohort, which is much higher than the average graduation rate in New York City. You now join hundreds of other BCS graduates we have put forth in the world. You showed responsibility for your own learning, and we showed responsibility to you. Now please pay it forward. The world needs your sense of responsibility. It needs your outrage and your voice, your care for yourself, and then your care for more than yourself. It needs you to think about your family, your peers, your generation, and it needs you to take responsibility. A Brooklyn Collaborative tradition is that each student receives your own copy of Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss, with an inscription written just to you by your crew leader. Read it carefully when you get it, when we are able to arrange diploma pickup for you later in the summer or early fall, and thank your crew leader for taking the time to write a loving message to you. This is a symbolic gift to you so that you remember our hope and our challenge. Part of the BCS mission is to produce young people who do good work that is good for the world and good for the soul. No matter which places you'll go, as Dr. Seuss says, we hope you accept the responsibility to do something, to do good, good for the soul, good for the world. The world needs you to care and to act, so there will be fewer and fewer injustices and more celebrations like today. The diploma that you have earned represents everything that is possible with hard work. You earned that diploma because of your efforts and because of our efforts. It is the New York State Regents Diploma with the special BCS stamp of approval. Although today is a day to celebrate you all, don't forget to celebrate all the kind people who helped you get here. Although this is the end of the ceremony, it is the beginning of your life after Brooklyn Collaborative. When you leave this virtual space, you carry the love and energy of many, many people, and all of us hope that you will go far. But no matter how far you go, know that you belong forever to the BCS crew, and we miss you tremendously. I am honored to represent all the staff at Brooklyn Collaborative when I ask our graduates to please turn to face your supporters and families, both in your home now and in the virtual space. Friends and family, we present to you the 12th graduating class of Brooklyn Collaborative, the senior class of 2020. Congratulations to all. You are beautiful, class of 2020, and we salute you for your incredible accomplishments.